In a time of horses going down Collingwood Boulevard alongside the Long Belt, the Old West End, formerly known as the Woods, was blossoming. Before any of that, a single house on Territorial Road, now Collingwood Boulevard, stood. Fast forward almost 200 years, and we have the Old West End that still holds on to its original history. This year marks the 47th Old West End Festival. This unique neighborhood is home to the largest collection of Victorian houses in the nation. Each year, a selection of homes are open to the public to get a taste of history and what makes this diverse community home.
This house is fabulously eclectic, all right? It's a Spanish Mission Revival home, all right? There is no symmetry on the house. All four sides have completely different proportions, okay? It's a little odd. The inside is this incredible balance of arts and crafts, then Art Nouveau, and as well as colonial, and it's beautiful Mexican mahogany throughout the home, and it is smashingly eclectic. I mean, they just fused all this stuff together, and not everybody appreciated this eclecticism at the time. One of the former owners, when she lived here in the 20s, she was interviewed in the 1980s, and when she was asked about the home, she referred to it as that Spanish house. Okay, now today we think this is great, but back then, you know, tastes change and whatnot, so, you know, you have to appreciate the little window for what it was at that particular point in time. But it's just wonderfully diverse. I absolutely love it. There's a corny old romanticized phrase that says, you know, you come for the houses and stay for the people, you know, and this gets schlocked around a lot, but it is so true. I mean, I realize it's cliche, but it's absolutely the truth. The homes are stunning, the architecture is stunning, and obviously that's what drew me here. And as I've gotten involved, the community is unlike anything I've ever experienced. The only sense of profound community I've ever had is just being a professional musician. And now I found another one, and it's through this community of homeowners and renters and people who live in this area.
This Spanish architectural hybrid is one of many homes in the Old West End that gives neighbors a bond like any other.
I think the most unique thing is it's a demonstration of how diverse architecturally the neighborhood is. It's awfully remarkable. When you look at historic neighborhoods in other cities, you go to Columbus to the German Village, you know, you go up to Detroit to Indian Hill, I think it is, or something like that. You go over to Cleveland, they have these wonderful historic neighborhoods, but there's a lot of homogeneity, almost sort of like Old Orchard in Toledo. All right, it sort of fits one style. Here it is all over the map. It's kind of insane. It was this magical time in history where architects were experimenting and the people who were building homes had the money to do so. So it was just this little snapshot window in time, and Toledo's got probably one of the best in the country, if not the best in the country. I'd have to go back to that axiom about come for the home, stay for the people. It really is the sense of community, and it's always been here, and it does evolve over time as the residents move on and change and new people come in, and everything's always in flux. You know, nothing stays the same. But I just see this incredible involvement from the entire spectrum of the neighborhood. It really, it's inspiring, actually. I mean, people are so willing to help, to assist, to welcome, and when you talk about diversity of architecture, the diversity of people here is remarkable. I mean, young, old, everything. I mean, it's just across the gamut. You know, you have people that are non-natives to the U.S. who come here and can feel completely at home. You know, you just have people from all kinds of different backgrounds. It's a really pretty spectacular place.
Many of these homes have been lost in the Old West End. Dave describes how important it is to preserve his home, to keep the culture and history alive.
My goal when I put the house on tour was to, one, show them the beauty of what we have here. You know, what we have here in the Old West End is really incredible. The quality of the architecture, the just superb craftsmanship that went into these homes. You know, I mean, they built these massive mansions with no power tools, okay? And I try my best to restore it as best I'm able so that I can reflect what the architect wanted, but yet I still want it to feel like my home. So, so I want people to see the incredibleness of these homes, but I also want to try and advocate for preservation, that it is possible to have an old home and do some great things with it, whether you want to buy one or whether you want to tell your kid to go get one.